There. Looks like shit. All right, there we go. Let's do this. All right. Gotta go live, a little bit live. Go over here. Let's go over there a little bit. Yeah, and center up a little bit. Let's center up a little bit. All right. Gotta go live. Sorry, Snoopy. I know you are live right now, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes. But I got a few things I got to say. First off, you guys, and nobody knows anybody else's story. I mean, we know what we know from the internet and dealing with people maybe on 2 year basis on the internet. And some of us have actually met live, and I can't say that our lives intersect um, other than through coins and this community. But hi, Joe. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Dale. Um, I chose a picture on my thumbnail because that's my mom and stepdad. Now, I was 8 years old, and my dad died, I don't know, 63, 62, something like that. 63, yeah, 63, 7 going on 8. My dad was a Korean War veteran, actually served in Korea. I believe he got his cancer in Korea. Anyway, when he came home, um, battled cancer for 7 years, 8 years. Had 7 kids. My mom was pregnant with the last one when he died. And he battled cancer at a VA hospital, drove to Iowa City and back from Ionia. You know, it was a shit show. Us boys stayed with his folks, my grandparents. The girls stayed with other friends in town, my mom's brother and his wife, who had girls. And that's the way we lived until he died. Then we moved to another house in Ionia, and I lived on government cheese for a while. And you know that government cheese thing, it's real, man. It's real. I ate a lot of it. Powdered milk, government powdered milk, oatmeal. Ate a lot of that. Anyway, my mother was introduced to a guy that her brother worked with, Uncle Norm, at the Oliver factory, about her age, and he'd never been married before, didn't have a family, going to start his own farm. So he married my mom, and we moved to the farm, and he had free labor. What the hell? I mean, he treated us fine. He didn't adopt us because of Social Security, because they needed that Social Security money that my mom was getting for us. And he farmed 160 acres. He worked at the Oliver factory. I mean, we worked our ass off. We didn't have a lot. I had meals, and people don't believe me. When we lived in Ionia, when my dad was still alive, we had outdoor toilet. We had an outhouse in town. We had an outhouse because we didn't have any indoor plumbing. We got indoor plumbing first for a shower and a washer and dryer. My mom had to have a washer and dryer. Well, I had to have the washer because she wasn't going to do it by hand in a tub anymore with a wringer on the damn tub. So she got a washing machine. The dryer, we didn't use that. We still hung stuff out on the line for a long time, but we had a shower and we had a washing machine in there. The next thing we got was running water up to the sink in the kitchen. So I remember taking tin tub baths on the kitchen table as a child. So, you know, and when we stayed alone in the house at night, when we were old enough, the parents would go out, see their folks, card party or whatever. We'd have to sit there with a baseball bat and thump it on the floor because of the rats in the basement. Just to keep the rats um, second guessing. We had this little pot about that big. It sat in the back room by the washer. It's called a chamber pot, if you know what that is. You shit and piss in that at night, so you didn't have to walk out to the outhouse in the dark. And then in the morning, it was our kids' job to empty and clean that out. in the morning. So I don't remember having a flush toilet until we moved to the other house in Ionia after my dad died. I don't believe we ever had a flush toilet for the first for the first 10 years of my life, probably 10. I think is when we moved up here. But when we moved to farm, my mom got married. But I don't think we had a flush toilet until we moved to that second house in Ionia. So I would have been 9, 10, right around there. So anyway, um, my mom is dead. My dad died a long time ago. My mom got remarried to Will. My mom died a year and a half ago, and she had some dementia. She was losing her motor reflexes, and she couldn't hardly talk anymore. And she couldn't do anything for herself because her motor skills were gone, and she had a little bit of dementia that went with it. But I want to talk about my wife's family. Yeah, and I had a niece that committed suicide that was in the Navy, so we got a little bit of tragedy there. Not a big thing, but my wife's side of the family. Her dad died when she was about 6, 8, also, and her mom got remarried. Um, she had an older half sister, her, her brother, then another sister from their original father, and then her stepdad and her mom had another child, Sis. Well, anyway, the oldest child, Mindy, she got a bad exam at the University of Iowa hospitals. She was terminal with something. Anyway, she shot herself. That's been a while ago, and left 3 kids and a husband. He got the kids taken care of, and he moved to North Dakota. He's a ex-Marine, so I stay in touch with him. Her sister, or well, first let's go to her brother. First, she had a real low heart rate, heartbeat, heart, everything. Could never figure it out. Finally had to go to Mayo Clinic. Figured out she has a genetic defect. She has a hole between a couple of chambers of her heart. She has a hole in a wall. That's why she always had a low heartbeat, low pulse rate, low everything. It never seemed to bother her at all. Not a big deal. Okay, so she's living with that. Her brother, who used to be a shop teacher down in Marshalltown, he developed a couple kinds of cancers. He got lung cancer and he got some other kind of cancer. And both he was being treated for. He's still being treated for. And he seems to be in remission. He's not doing too bad. Still looks good and visiting friends and stuff. Her next sister, had breast cancer, and they caught that quick enough, and they got it taken out, and she doesn't have any cancer anymore. But then her youngest sister, which would be her half sister, just got a new job as a school principal. Her 2 daughters are grown and left home. One's living down in Nashville, I believe, or someplace down there, and the other one's up here. And they wanted to go. She wanted to go down there and see her daughter. Okay, so the one daughter's gonna take her home. Her husband stayed here. And the woman is a fairly good sized woman. I mean, 2.5, 3 bills, big set of hips on her. She had a hip surgery 5 weeks ago. She had a hip replacement. Okay. My girl was 52 years old, had a hip replacement. Um, so they drove down to Georgia or Tennessee or wherever the hell it was because she doesn't like to fly, did not like to fly. So they drove all the way down there, did their visiting. And then on the way back, because it was such a long drive, they decided to stop in Atlanta, Georgia, get a hotel room, stay the night, and then carry on the next day. Well, when they went to check on her the next day, she was dead. She died in her sleep. 52 years old. Well, you would imagine 5 weeks after a hip replacement and driving all that way and sitting, that maybe she had a blood clot. Well, they did an autopsy down there. She is, it was inconclusive. Inconclusive as far as a blood clot. No blood clot in the lungs, no blood clot in the brain. But they did discover that her heart was enlarged. I think it was a 500 and some grams, and a normal heart's 200 and some. So it's double size. Now, I don't care what you say, and you have your own opinions, and that's fine. And she was one of those people that got the clot shot, got the RMNA vaccine and all the boosters and all that shit. My wife has had to get them too. My 3 daughters have had them. My folks had them. I was going to tell you, my stepdad's in a nursing home, and he's doing okay for as old as he is, 85 or something like that. So he's doing all right. My wife works at the same nursing home, so we keep track of him real close. My older brother and his oldest natural daughter is taking care of him, running him to appointments and stuff. So he's got that going on for him. Family close, that's what I'm saying. Anyway, I think her family is cursed with cancer, and the vaccine didn't help anything. I think all those people that got vaccines, you should have your cardiovascular system checked every year for heart problems, for lung problems, for blood flow problems. Take care of yourself. If you got that vaccine, please have yourself checked every year. I don't care whether you think you need it or not, get it. And at 52 years old, I knew Suze pretty well. She's same age as went to school with my oldest stepsister, Janet. And I usually leave off with, hi, Jana. I usually leave off with, live free or die, blah, blah, blah. I am not going to stay long on the internet today because Snoopy's live. What I am going to leave you with is if you want to do something in your life, do it now. Don't wait and think you're going to do it later, because when you wait till later, then you'll never do it. I want to go moose hunting in Alaska. I want a caribou in Canada. I wanted a mule deer and a pronghorn out west yet. Those two maybe yet. I don't know. Alaska's off the table. Caribou in Canada's off the table. For me, because I'm too old and crippled. That's just the way it is. After another ankle fusion and the surgery coming up, my knee is shot. I'm going to have a knee replaced. So what I'm telling you is, and a wise man once said to me, not directly to me, but he said to another person, when he got cancer and he was going through chemo and radiation therapy, he was asked if he learned anything. And he said, all I can tell you, Dave, is that you got to enjoy every sandwich. And, that just means enjoy life when you can. And do the things you want to do now. Don't wait. See ya.